Hello. Today I'm going to explain how you can create and edit learning paths, and we're also going to find out how to create obligatory learning paths. A learning path is a selection of contents which any teacher can create. Now you will understand better what this means. In the first place, you need to access our settings platform, typing your username and password. You can do this either by visiting the website, library.smileandlearn.net, or the application. Click Settings and type in your password. You have logged in successfully. Now choose the group or child to whom you want to assign the learning paths. For example, let's go to this group. Click the blue icon that says Learning Paths. Here we can create new learning paths, assign to our students the ones we've already created, edit, or delete them. How to create a new learning path. Click Create. Here you can add a title, a description, and an icon of your choice. When you finish, click Next. Make sure data is correct, and then click Next. Here you can choose the applications and videos you want to include in your learning path. When your list is ready, don't forget to click Save. How to assign a learning path. Once a learning path is created, you can assign it to the whole group or to each student individually. To do this, you'd need to go back to the Learning Paths homepage, clicking Assign Learning Paths. In Created and Shared Learning Paths, you can view those learning paths created with the username of the school. This is great because you won't only be able to view your learning paths, but also the ones created by other teachers you have shared groups or children's profiles with. If you tick the box on the first column to the left, you'll assign the learning path to the whole group. Ticking the boxes for each student, you'll assign the learning path to a particular profile. Here you can also set the start and end date of the learning paths you're assigning. Don't forget to click Save when you finish. In this section, you can also assign a number of learning paths based on core subjects created by the Smile and Learn education team to help out teachers. These learning paths are arranged by curricular contents, multiple intelligences, and neuro-learning. Clicking Smile and Learn learning paths allows you to assign core curriculum paths by grade and subject to the whole group or to individual students, same as in the example before. How to remove learning paths you have already assigned. If you wanted to exclude a learning path, you could remove it so that it wouldn't apply to the whole group or to one student in particular. Go back to the Learning Paths homepage and click Remove Learning Paths. Find the learning path you want to tick off the list and mark it. Then click Save. How to edit a learning path. To do this, click Edit in the Learning Path main screen. You can view the paths you have created and 3 icons. Clicking the 2 paper sheets icon, you can make a copy of a learning path, changing its name, and adding or removing content. Clicking the pencil icon, you can edit the learning paths you have created. You can add and remove content, and also change their names. Clicking the bin icon, you can eliminate the paths you have created yourself. You could only edit the learning paths you have created yourself, not the ones created by a colleague. How to mark the learning paths is mandatory. Once you have created your learning paths and assigned the ones you consider applicable to each case, Smile and Learn gives you the option to mark these tasks as mandatory, meaning your students can only have access to that particular content, not to the rest of the platform. We can mark this work session as mandatory for the whole group or for one or more students. These are the steps to follow to set mandatoriness as a criterion applicable to the whole group. Click Options in the screen where you can view all groups. Select the group for which you want to mark this task as mandatory, and click Mandatory, the blue icon. Here you can define in more detail the time during which these paths will remain mandatory, choosing days in a month, hours, or days in a week. When you finish, don't forget to click Save. The same process would also apply to individual student profiles. Now you know how to create learning paths. It's easy and fast. It will help you plan your lesson and organize your work with Smile and Learn as a part of it.